Chapter 669. No one would have imagined that the 80-year-old Lord Adair would actually kneel to Alex. Supposedly, when someone lived to be 80 years old, his parents and elders might have already passed away. No one, not even God himself, deserved the privilege of getting him to kneel before them. Moreover, Lord Adair was the head of the Adair family, the largest and most prominent family in Orris Hill. Their 80-year-old family patriarch had literally knelt before a young man in his 20s. This was incredulously extraordinary and bizarre. Edward was equally dumbfounded. What the hell? Had the old man actually knelt for a piece of enhancement pill? You should have said so sooner. I could have used the $400 million on the Vermeer's painting to buy enhancement pills. It would have been enough to cater to your needs until your 200th birthday. I didn't even ask you to kneel to me. Betrothing Faria to me was all I asked for. Meanwhile, the Adair family members were all donning different expressions. Faria was filled with uncontrollable thrill and excitement. Her parents had passed away when she was young. Her grandfather had raised her to adulthood, and she shared a deep and emotional relationship with him. Besides, she had heard from her grandfather that Dr. Billy had been given the rejuvenating pill some time ago, and she also knew that her grandfather desperately yearned to get the pill himself. For Faria, she hoped that her grandfather could be blessed with such a rare opportunity to get the pill and live healthily for another 10 years. However, the other family members did not share the same thought, especially Lucas, the eldest grandson of the Adair family. He was utterly worried and upset by this scene. For as long as his grandfather was alive and kicking, he would not completely hand over the power to his father, and it would be difficult for him to become the sole heir of the family inheritance. As far as he was concerned, Lord Adair had not written any will regarding the division of his inheritance and estate, so no one knew how much assets he intended to distribute to his 3 sons after his death, as well as Faria, whose parents had perished. If Lucas's father couldn't inherit the entire family business, he would get an even smaller inheritance. Thus, he didn't want his grandfather to live longer than he was supposed to. At this moment, Lord Adair knelt in front of Alex, tears of astonishment pouring down his cheeks. With a warm smile on his face, Alex placed the box in his hand and said gently, "This pill is extremely precious and rare. It's the only one left in the world, so I advise you to take it as soon as possible in case it turns bad." Lord Adair accepted the wooden box with shaky hands, and he was very elated. Amidst everyone's intense gaze and stunned gasp, he bowed down, his forehead touching the ground. The backs of his hands were on the ground, the palms facing upward, and he said earnestly, "I, Lord Adair, thank Master Anderson for his generosity and opportunity. I can never repay his ultimate favor, and I hereby swear to God that I will do my best to be loyal to Master Anderson for the rest of my life." Louder exclamations echoed through the hall once again. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, who could believe that Lord Adair would actually kneel and bow to a young man and say such pious words? The most clueless and incomprehensible one of them all was Edward.